Hello, kids, and welcome to Food 101. Food, people. Let's talk about food. And today I have my special guest work life harmony, leadership coach, and polishing the jewel within, other than Miss Arlene Miller. Welcome to Food 101, Miss Arlene. And can you please introduce more about yourself better, ma'am?
Great. So my name is Arlene Cohen Miller, and I live in Longmont, Colorado, which is right down the road from Denver, Colorado. And I'm a retired attorney, and now I'm a work-life harmony and leadership coach, mostly for women. I also do transformational mentoring for men and women, and I'm also a speaker. I like to help people to negotiate from the heart with executive presence. So learn how to bring that coaching and that attorney, because I'm an attorney, together to help people be better speakers and presenters and more able to share what they think should move forward for themselves, for their company, and in their lives.
Miss Miller, Arlen Miller, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. And today on Food 101, let's talk about your favorite food. So tell us, what do you think food has such strong power to connect us to memories of loved ones?
It really does, because I have memories. Neither of my parents are still alive. I'm a grandmother myself now, but I just have memories growing up that when my father just came home and there's only a few things he knew how to cook, but one of them was on the grill, and he really, really enjoyed it. And he put so much love and attention into whatever he cooked. And it was like a big family moment because it was more expensive food than we would normally eat. And my favorite was when he cooked these like big ribeye steaks on the grill, and they were delicious. I don't know, there's something great about food on the grill, and just a lot of lovely memories because the whole family looked forward to it, and we were all excited as kids. And yeah, so that's one of my favorite memories, and I really feel that food connects us with people. We have a lot of beautiful moments eating food. I hope most people do, and that's just one of mine.
Yes, indeed. Food will connect people together. What memories come to mind when you think those family steak dinners growing up?
There's just a lot of joy, because we'd all
Mm.
be like sort of peeking through the curtains at my father in the back because the grill was outside cooking, and he didn't like people hanging around him. He liked to do it himself, and so it wasn't just the food that we ate. It was sort of the anticipation from it. It was sort of like watching him, but not getting too close because this was his guy thing, and he was going to do it, and yeah, my mother being able just to relax and not have to do so much in the kitchen. Maybe she'd make a salad or some baked potatoes or something, but she didn't have to make a whole meal. And so she was even laid back and relaxed as well. And so it was like this whole big orchestrated thing that it's hard to describe, but it was the build up to evening. It was the sitting down and doing it all together and really enjoying the meal and just sort of sitting around with really full stomachs afterwards. So it was a whole big family affair kind of thing.
Can you describe the emotions tied to watching your dad cook on the grill?
It was like excitement because he didn't do it that often. Lots of times he just like to come home and have his martini after working really hard, and he let my mother do it. But occasionally, it would be his time to do it. And so it's like it was excitement, it was anticipation, it was, all those kind of things that build up when something special is going to happen in the family that doesn't happen that often. And so I guess I felt excitement, I felt anticipation. I know my brothers, joined in that as well. And I guess that's how we felt.
Yes. And what made those medium rare ribeye steaks so special to you and your family?
Well, they were so good. I mean, because my father wouldn't just um, settle for any kind of meat. He wanted really good meat to cook on the grill. So my mother would make sure that it was the best she could buy, and she knew that my father just loved the whole process. So yeah, he wasn't going to just cook mediocre meat on the grill. He wanted to make something really special for himself and the whole family. And yeah, that was a big treat for us because we didn't eat
Big,
like that very often.
big treat indeed. And how did your mother's role as a stay-at-home mom influence the way meals were valued in your household?
Well, mealtime was always a family affair.
Hmm.
One rule in the family was we all sat down together and we always said grace beforehand and we always had conversations during the dinner time. So it was just something that our family always did together. And that was the rule. You were home for dinner. If you were going to go out with friends, that was fine, but dinner time was family time. And I'm really grateful that my mother and my father, made that rule together because there's a lot of special memories from that.
So, food and memory. Miss Arlene, what do you think food has such a strong power to connect us, to
Um,
everybody, to each of the
yeah,
family?
yeah, it's well, there's so many memories I have, and not just with my family, but going out with friends or for special occasions where the food was wonderful and the company was wonderful. And I guess that combination together is just something that sort of makes everything special. I mean, you don't have to eat for sure, but I think we all sort of equate, friends or family or some happy occasion or something doing together. If there's food and we're all getting together over that, it just sort of helps everyone sort of loosen up and let go of whatever else is going on in their lives and just step in and maybe have conversations or just relax in a way that we don't every day. And I think it's really a part of human behavior that's really special, especially if you step into it with, you know, joy.
Yes, joy indeed. Miss Arlene, how does food serves as a bridge between the past and the present in your life?
Well, I haven't lost my love of good food, that's for darn sure.
True.
And um, So in order to find, I love meat, and there's what I found living in Colorado is there's people that, up in the mountains or maybe, a couple hours down the road, have their own cattle and make their own beef or make their own lamb or pork or whatever. And so I found people that come down to my town, once a week, and, I can buy really good cuts of meat from them. So I've sort of carried on the tradition of making sure that if I'm having, beef or pork or lamb, that I'm getting the best quality so I can share it with my friends and my family.
Miss Arlene, aside from steak, what's meal that instantly transport you back to your childhood table?
Hmm. Um, well, my mom and dad both made, well, my father on the grill mostly, but that's my favorite moments. But like, hamburgers, where there'd be like hamburgers and the really good buns, and there'd be like platters with what you could put on them. And that was a really fun memory too. And also, my mother made this noodle kugel for special occasions, which had it was really, really rich. It had like sour cream and butter and sugar and condensed milk and these noodles, and she would bake it, and it felt just like the richest, best treat you could possibly have. And so that's another happy memory of the family gathering around the table that I passed on to my son because whenever we have some sort of family get together, which involves food, especially for big occasions, he's like, please make that noodle kugel for me. So I
Mm,
do.
awesome. So, do you think food rituals help keep family traditions alive even after loved ones are gone?
I do. And I think most people do as well. We always connect, those special moments with good food, good friends, good family. And I think it's really something common within all of humanity.
Yes, definitely. The love behind cooking. You mentioned your dad put much love into his cooking. How did you feel that love through the food?
I really feel that that's really important. If someone really loves to cook or
Yes.
loves cooking things and they love what they're doing, their love and their care automatically goes into that food, and the food just tastes a lot better. You know, I don't know. I've had situations where someone was really angry or upset and they made me some food, and it just you could feel it. And so there's something I think that magical happens when someone loves to cook or loves to make a certain dish or puts all their joy into that food, that you can really taste the difference, and it makes it even more special.
Special indeed. What lessons about care, patience, or dedication did you learn by watching him grill?
Um, I guess I just learned that, good things, you have to wait for good things in life, and how to grill, how to really make good grilled food, and that it's just a way to bring things people together, and that we need to be patient. My brother and I weren't always patient when it was time to eat, and we knew he was cooking that. So I guess I learned patience, and I learned to enjoy the anticipation, and I guess that's what I learned. It just so mixed together with family and love and caring, these kind of get-togethers when we all enjoy delicious food.
Miss Arlene, how do you carry forward that same spirit of love and intention in your own cooking or meals?
Well, I don't cook quite as much as I used to, but I do, there are family gatherings where everybody brings a dish, and I find that really lovely. So some people will bring more dessert stuff, some people will bring more main course stuff, but everyone brings something that they love to make. And I find that's a great way to sort of carry on the tradition. And you get all sorts of different kind of great foods for holidays or for special gatherings and birthdays and things. And I really feel that that's how I'm helping to carry on the tradition that I learned in my family.
So, what do you think makes cooking for others one of the most powerful acts of love?
Well, it's just really lovely if you make something and you know it's a good dish and then everyone enjoys it. And there's something really satisfying about giving back like that way. And I think that that's pretty common for most of humanity as well. And to be a part of that, and also to be on the receiving end if you're with other people and they're bringing their dishes and you're enjoying them and you're telling them how much you love them, I think it just sort of builds up this beautiful expression of gratitude and love in any gathering that you go to. So, it's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, beautiful indeed. And before we continue talking about your favorite food, Miss Arlene, tell us what is a jewel consultancy?
Well, Jewel Consultancy is my business. It's coaching, it's mentoring, and it's also facilitating like workshops or doing speaking engagements when it comes to, negotiating from the heart with executive presence, or helping people go from being really stressed and anxious to being more serene and calm, because a lot of people are pretty stressed out in the world. And so it's just a way that I love to work with people individually and in groups, so that they can maybe be better communicators and accomplish more of their goals, and also to, let go of stress and anxiety and things that aren't working for them, because a lot of people seem to be, pretty stressed out and wound up in the world these days. So that's what I do.
Yes, jewel consultancy, people. So let's talk about the reflection and legacy. With both of your parents having passed, or how do you honor them when it comes to food and family gathering?
Well, especially when I make my mother's noodle pudding, or if I cook some steaks on the grill. It just really brings up, you know, what they taught me, that it's really important come together as family, come together of groups of people that, everyone cares about each other, enjoy good food, enjoy good conversation, and make that a part of your life. And, I just feel that that's a really important part of life.
Yes. Truly, truly empowerment. Connecting each other. What family traditions around meals do you hope to pass on the future generations?
I don't know. I guess I feel like I don't have to do it by myself because my son is married and his wife's family is absolutely wonderful. So it feels like as that happens, and I also have two stepkids with their families and their cooking and eating traditions, that it's kind of a blend of what everybody does. And so there's no set way to do it. And I really enjoy that different groups that are my friends or my family where we get together to eat, that there's different traditions that come with it, but they're all about coming together for the joy of being together and eating delicious food.
Delicious food for sure. How how has your view of food and family changed since childhood, or do you still hold on to the same values?
I think my values have expanded and grown. It just doesn't apply to my family. I've been a businesswoman, like my own businesswoman, either individually or in a partnership since I was 29. And so that love of food and getting together and bringing people together has extended out to my business. And so I just guess the tradition has sort of expanded out from family to good friends. And and so that's how I'm continuing it, and that's how I'm playing with it, and that's how I'm enjoying it, I guess.
Mm, enjoying it. That's the, well, very important thing. Enjoying it. What role does nostalgia play in the way you approach food today?
Um, well, I miss my mom and dad. I don't know if I'm really nostalgic about it. I guess I just really honor the memories of all the times that the family has gotten together, either in small groups of family or larger groups of family, or with my parents when they were alive and their friends. And And I just really appreciate that foundation that they gave me about the joy of getting together, having great conversation, eating delicious food, laughing, talking, and bringing joy and laughter into life. And I guess that's what is always there. I don't know if it's nostalgic or not, but it's something that's really been, I guess, ingrained in my heart.
Definitely. And why do you believe food is more than just nourishment? That it can also be a form of memory, love, and connection.
Well, I guess it's really important not just to stand at the refrigerator and shove food in your mouth, to really be able to sit
Yes.
down and enjoy food, and that's what getting together does. It sort of tells you that, it's not something just to be gobbled down. The best way to really nourish your body and your soul is to sit down and make something that's delicious and enjoy it. And so I guess that's the impact that my mom and dad had with me with food. Food was kind of an expression of love as growing up, and I think that's something that I am grateful to carry forward.
Very well said, Miss Arlene. Truly, truly empowering. Food, 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 people. So, Miss Arlene, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too. Comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast, Law 101 and Mental Health 101. Love letters in third season, and Movie 101 review and Music 101 in fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in it. In its first season, please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Miss Arlene, if you could share one last meal with your parents, what would you cook or ask them to cook and why?
Um, what would I ask them to cook? Well, I guess maybe some sort of cake. My mother could make some really good cakes and stuff like that. Maybe I think there was like a pineapple upside down cake that she would make on occasion that was just so good and moist. So I'd
Hmm.
ask her to maybe make that for the family. And hmm, well, I really liked she made like I don't know, great salads and green beans. She liked working with fresh vegetables. You know, maybe some sort of baked chicken dish would be delicious as well. I don't know. It's been a long time since my mom cooked for me, so I'm sort of like
You
trying to
miss it.
remember what she made. Yeah.
Yes. So, Miss Arlene, thank you so much for sharing your favorite food today. Well, it's really, truly reconnect us. And can you please invite our listeners to support your business, your advocacy, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Yeah, great. Well, if you want to connect with me, just go to Jewel Consultancy or Google my name, Arlene Cohen Miller, and you'll find me anywhere on social media. I'd love to hear from you. Just remember to refer to Daniel Lucas and our food show here, and I'll get right back to you.
Yes, people support Miss Arlene Miller because if you support her, for sure, more and more empowering coaching to come. So, Miss Arlene, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
More to come, people. See you soon.